Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome to a really special edition of Networking Know How. We just wrapped up not that long ago our Down and Dirty Networking Conversations and Connections. It's our public event. And I wanted to share some really powerful strategies that some relational networkers inside the event I just feel like this could be really helpful for you. This is something you can use in your everyday. So today, that's what we're talking about. It's kind of a recap of lessons learned, the three exclusive strategies shared by relational networkers inside our event earlier today. So if we have not yet met, I am Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. So let me make sure I can see chat here. If you are watching, I see a couple people watching live. Get up and chat and let me know where you're watching from. Say hello. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's looking kind of dark and dreary here, so maybe we'll get some rain, which we very much need. Hopefully, where you are, it's not like the weather is nice, and hopefully that things are well and you are well, because today's conversation is a super meaningful one, and I want to make sure that you are ready for it. So if you're watching on replay, make sure to comment where you're watching from and say hello too, because I do respond to all comments. All right, so let's kind of get into this. So first up, what is relational networking and why are these exclusive strategies really, really important? So first off, there's two types of networking. When you think about networking and you're thinking more about traditional networking or transactional networking, which is what we most know, it's more about, hi, my name is, and you're exchanging business cards or you're exchanging information in chat if you're virtual. And it's about trying to sell something typically. So you're there trying to sell something, or maybe you're looking for a job and you're at a networking event, and there's, you're looking for a job offer, or maybe you're at a company event because you're a corporate professional. And so you're looking for promotion or a special assignment to a project or something to that effect. But basically, there's an ask that you're looking for, and you're at an event or you have an opportunity one to one with somebody that you want to make sure that you get that ask. All right. So let me get up in here. I see some people in chat. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So let's see here. All right. I need to share this real quick. All righty. Okay. Technology has not been my friend lately. Has it been your friend? Probably not. All right. So let's get into it. What are the three exclusive strategies from a relational networker? So let's go ahead and get into it. So first up, the first strategy is your networking mindset matters. Your networking mindset matters. See, I believe networking is an activity, a skill set, and a mindset. And for years, I have been doing corporate trainings and training different entrepreneurs on the power of a mindset. See, an activity is like a networking event, like conversations and connections, or maybe there's some kind of a mixer that you're going to. Um, a skill set is, do you have the ability, the skill to introduce yourself, or when requested for a 30-second commercial or elevator pitch, do you have that available? Do you know how to work a room? That's the skill set of networking more in the traditional sense. But what I have often realized is if your mindset is different, you're not going to get the results that you want. And so if you are a transactional networking mindset person, you're going to be disappointed because you're focused on one way conversations. You're focused on the ask and getting what you need from somebody. Well, today, everyone got to experience what a relational networking experience was all about, and they got to experience a two-way conversation. And so, one of the things that you do as a relational networker is you are focused on having meaningful conversations to learn from and about someone. We embrace one of our core values here, which is to talk less, question more. And so you get really curious about the person that you're talking to. And the super easy strategy to make sure that this is easy and super simple is to instantly treat everyone like your best friend. Now, I know I've shared this before, but it absolutely works. So everyone came into the room. They didn't know each other. We tell everybody that they're instant best friends, and then we proceed with the activity. In the real life, whether you're digital, virtual, or if you're in person, this strategy absolutely works. So if you have this mindset that I'm going to learn from and about someone, I've got this relational networking mindset that everyone I interact with is my instant best friend, we're going to treat them a little bit differently. But we're also going to have a lot less energy spend in the way that we're having to be nervous. Did I say the right thing? Or do I have this memorized just right? It takes all of that stress away because you are focused on listening, asking questions, being curious, and learning from this new best friend as best you can. So your mindset matters. And we heard comment after comment about how this was a much more refreshing approach to being able to have a meaningful conversation by treating everyone with an instant best friend. And so every networker that was in there was saying this was a much comfortable way. This was so much more fun. This was so much more meaningful. One of the words, it wasn't even a sentence, but a word was grounding. The conversation was grounding. If you feel like you are being just going like what I call pinball head, where you're going from thought to thought to thought or project to project to project, and you can't seem to gain clarity, when you engage in relational networking and you do it this way in a community setting, like we do in Down and Dirty Networking, it is very grounding. And so that's tip number one. Your networking mindset matters. And so when you approach things from a different mindset, you're going to get different results. So if you aren't getting the results that you're looking for in networking, strongly encourage you to adopt a relational networking mindset. Okay, number two. Number two is relational networking raises your vibrational energy. Okay. It raises your vibrational energy. And at the beginning of every event, and we have monthly events in our community, but only 4 of them are open to the public. There are very few that are actually open to the public. But I do like to ask the question, what is everybody's vibrational energy at the beginning of the event? And then at the end, I ask it again. And then I go through this because we go through this and I actually do a tally. Did I raise everybody's vibrational energy? Doesn't matter what your starting point was, but did I raise it? Because my goal is to always raise it because I'm a firm believer when relational networking is done well, you raise your vibrational energy. And I have proof in the numbers. So that's why I'm looking down. I'm actually reading it because I tallied everything up really quick. So when we started the event, the average energy on a scale of 1 to 10, I don't like zeros, so we started with 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, everyone that was in the event was on average was 6.75. 6.75. So not too bad. We actually had someone who started out at a 4. So okay, I had my work cut out for me. So we need to really raise this for them. At the end of the event, so we started out at 6.75. At the end of the event, we are at 9.375. Which is really significant. And the person that had the 4, which was our lowest overall individual number, was at an 8. So relational networking absolutely raises your vibrational energy. And the comments kept coming in, and what the relational networkers that were in the event kept saying the same thing. They said, it's really, there was a word being refreshing was what we were hearing. But we also heard it was a lot of fun, clarity, perspective. I've heard before, I'm not crazy. It was good to know and to understand that, to think clearly, to say it out loud, to get different perspectives gave me clarity. And now I have an easy path forward. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have an easy button all the time? Wouldn't you love to have that? Well, you can when you engage in relational networking. And it's why I started this community, Down and Dirty Networking, that's 100% focused on relational networking, because we all need that easy button. I need that easy button. Everybody does, no matter what your career or business is. You do not have to be in sales. You do not have to have something to offer to engage in relational networking. It is a mindset. And when you adopt the mindset, you're talking to a cashier, you're talking to different people. So, fun fact. Yes, I told you technology has not been my friend. And so my phone just died on me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get my phone fixed. I've got this big event. People are going to be texting me. I live in the remote world because I've positioned my entire business into the remote space when I could no longer work in real life because of two autoimmune and Lyme diagnosis. That's how all of this, pivoting online all got created. And what was the reason why I took all of the speaking and the workshops and all the in person things that I did for networking and created the community of Down and Dirty Networking. So that's how it all got started because ultimately I could no longer deliver it in person anymore. But also, I found myself on the island of alone. And when I'm on the island of alone, I'm thinking, wow, I really just I need support. I need that connection. My physical energy was really low, but my vibrational energy was also low. And those are two totally different things. Your physical energy can increase throughout the day only if you're taking a nap. And there was a lot of people going, "Oh, I think I need a nap in our event today." But your vibrational energy can actually raise and it can change based on certain things that you do. And one of the things is being very intentional. And so when we're in our community event today and we're having our conversations and connections, it was really important to focus on everyone's vibrational energy and make sure that as they're engaging in this activity and the discussion and treating everybody with a best friend and using that first strategy of that your mindset really matters and adopting that relational networking mindset, you could see everyone's posture. You could feel the energy in the conversation shift. You could feel everyone get super excited and being very animated, and the conversations and chat is being supported. It was very, very exciting to see this. And so your vibrational energy can raise when you engage in relational networking. And we had someone who said before they had to leave that they were having quite the down day and they were so glad that they were able to spend some time with us because they feel so much better. And even though I've had technical challenges out the wazoo for the past couple of weeks, if you watched last week's episode, you got a whole bunch of them that you got to see because they were live. That could normally derail you. That could normally lower your vibrational energy and just make it very hard. But I don't want hard. I want easy. I want that easy button. And so I will always do things that will increase my vibrational energy because that is how you get over the hard. When you have a high vibrational energy, that is how you get over the hard. And sometimes things are hard. Life can get lifey. And if you've been watching our recent episodes, you know that life has been very lifey for me. I've been a caregiver who recently lost her mom, and I'm still getting over that loss and dealing with all of my mother's affairs. So there's a lot going on. And what we found inside the community is everyone else was dealing with a lot too. And that leads me to the third exclusive strategy. The third one is grace is in high demand. Grace is in high demand. What was so interesting with the conversations, when you ask what the takeaway was from our event today, what a couple people really said, it was like there was a theme and it was about grace and being kind to yourself. I think we're also very hard on ourselves. Oh, we should, and I do that with air quotes, should be doing this. We should on ourselves. I'm guilty of this. That's why it takes one to know one. We have to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves grace. The last conversations and connections I did, I was in a hospice center and I was blessed to have teammates support me and do this. And I was grateful, but I can't believe the months have just flown by for our next event. Remember, we only do 4 a year. And I'm thinking, what have I been doing since then? Because I feel like I'm so behind. And I hear this often from my other community and my marketing clients. Laura, I feel so behind. And in today's event, you heard a lot of the same. They felt so behind, or I should be doing this, and realizing you have to extend grace. Be gentle with yourself. We're all dealing with a lot. And so I told you technology has not been my friend. My phone died. I had the most amazing conversation while we're waiting for things to transfer from one phone to the other. So I was there at the store for hours and I had this amazing conversation with the person that was helping me. And she was awesome. I used all of the strategies that I teach and that we enjoy and experience in Down and Dirty Networking. So I already have a relational networking mindset. I got curious. I wanted to learn from it about her. I wasn't trying to sell her anything. I was already really kind of low on my physical energy and I was being technologically frustrated. But thankfully, I gave myself grace and I started having this great conversation with her. And we're going back and forth and exchanging really meaningful conversations and getting really deep because I just treated her like an instant best friend. So all the things that I share with you that we do inside our community, I did at the phone store as I'm getting my phone fixed. And what ended up happening is she ended up coming to the event. She's like, well, I said, listen, I need this phone by for this event tomorrow. I've got people who will be contacting me all tonight. I can't leave the store until I'm up and running. I absolutely need to be up and running. And so that prompted the question, well, what event? And so I mentioned it to her. And she's like, oh my gosh, I think I might be interested. I said, sure, would love to have you attend. And she did attend. And it was fantastic. It was so great to have her there. Now, did I have a conversation with her to pitch her this event? No, I did not. And the conversation of that didn't happen until hour 2 of me being there. We were already getting to know each other and other things. But when you have these meaningful conversations and you can give yourself the grace. I was giving myself grace to be struggling with the conversation and being overwhelmed, being in the store with all of the noise. And I just kept, sharing with her, hey, excuse me, and extend some grace. The thing she said back to me is, you need to be easier on yourself. So here I am telling you guys grace. And it's something I tell people as a stress commando, both inside our networking community, but also inside my marketing community. And here is this wonderful service rep telling me to do the same thing, reflecting that back to me and reminding me I need to practice what I preach. And fast forward to today, several attendees said the same thing. She was one of them too. You've got to be kind and gentle with yourself. You have to have grace. Grace as a corporate professional, grace as an entrepreneur, and as a networker, grace is in high demand. And having a meaningful conversation where you can raise someone's vibrational energy, including your own, can be the breath of fresh air that they need to give themselves grace. We're not crazy. We're not the only ones. We're not on that island of alone where we're the only ones experiencing the shoulds and lack of grace or feeling from behind. There's more common ground than we ever realize. And when you treat people like your best friend and you adopt relational networking as your mindset, yeah, you're going to find out what that is so much better. It's why I have the 3 C's behind us: co-elevate, collaborate, and connect. These are the 3 C's of our mission statement, and they're in order on purpose. You co-elevate each other. You're instant best friends. You want to co-elevate them. It's not a one-way conversation. That's what leads to collaboration of thought, ideas, conversation. And when those 2 things happen, you truly connect. So if you can really hear the theme here, if you are watching this and you're thinking, oh, I could really use some grace, permission granted. Give yourself some grace. You're not alone. There were several of us in there in the community today that were saying the same thing. We need to be gentle with ourselves. And I'm one of those. I need to continue to extend grace to myself. I give it to everybody else. I need to make sure that I'm extending it to myself. So get up and chat if you're needing. I'm seeing some people say, yeah, I need to extend grace. That is really, really key. So the 3 strategies to let you know what they were, just to repeat. Your networking mindset matters. That's number 1. Number 1, your networking mindset matters. Whether you want to be transactional and be salesy, or do you want to be more relational in the way that you have conversations with people? Number 2, relational networking raises your vibrational energy, and the numbers proved it from today's event. And every single event we have had, we have always raised the energy. And I mean, we took someone from a 4 to an 8 today. That's pretty impressive and a powerful testimony for the power of raising vibrational energy when you are networking in a relational way. When you are engaging in relational networking, it will raise your vibrational energy. So number 1, your networking mindset matters. Number 2, relational networking raises your vibrational energy. And number 3, grace is in high demand. So if you're in need of grace, if you're in need of being a little bit gentler and kinder to yourself, you are not alone. And so just breathe, just breathe. Permission granted to just be where you are. You are perfectly where you need to be. You are perfectly at the pace that you need to be, and keep moving forward. And at the point that you feel that you can't, or you feel that you're stuck, or you lack clarity and you feel ungrounded, then you really want to engage in relational networking and have conversations like we did today in our conversations and connections, because that is how you transform yourself to having a higher vibrational energy, feeling better, and experiencing all of the things that the attendees were telling us that they felt. So I hope these 3 exclusive strategies are helpful. I feel like we just got so much feedback, and I could go on and on because I had pages and pages of comments from the chat that I wanted to decipher down, but I felt like those were the top 3. And those are three that I think most people don't realize exist for them. So let me know what your thoughts are between relational networking and, traditional networking. If you're thinking, man, I could really use a mindset adjustment, I could really recognize where this could be beneficial to me. Get up and chat, and I can point you into one of our videos that we have on our YouTube channel that can help you really engage in relational networking in a really powerful way. Now, what was super fun is we start our events on time. We have a hard start at noon. And so anyone that is in the waiting room at noon, they all get admitted. Anyone that pops into the waiting room after does not get in. It's too disruptive to have late arrivals. So we do not allow late arrivals. I do end on time. I respect everyone's time. I want to make sure that we get done on time. So we adjourned the meeting promptly at 1:30, but we did hang out for the after party, as it were. And it was great because one of our members was having her birthday today. So we were able to celebrate her birthday. But we were able to continue having the conversation and having some really good time. And we ended up hanging out for almost an extra hour of just having conversation. People were like, this was great. This is what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. Is my physical energy tanked? Yes. Is my pain through the roof? Yes. But is my vibrational energy through the roof? Oh my gosh, yes. And that is what's going to get me over the hard. That's what's going to get you over the hard, is when you can do things that are consistently increasing your vibrational energy. And that is the power of relational networking. And it is why I created Down and Dirty Networking. So I hope these things are helpful for you. If you would like more of this into your life, then like I said, send me a DM and I can direct you to a resource that we have on either our LinkedIn or Facebook or our YouTube channel. So our LinkedIn or Facebook page or our YouTube channel, because we do put different articles or newsletter or videos that we might be able to share with you. If you'd like to just kind of browse yourself, feel free to look for Down and Dirty Networking on LinkedIn or on Facebook, or look for Down and Dirty Networking on YouTube, or hit me a DM and I'll send you the link so you can get directly there. Now, if you're thinking, man, these conversations and connections sound great, and I'd really like to experience it. Well, here's the thing. I already told you we only do 4 of these a year. So if you'd like to be on the wait list for the next one, which will be in October, go ahead and drop the word wait list, and I will send you the link so you can add your name to the wait list, and you'll be the first to know when registration is open, and it will open in October. So make sure that that's a long time away. I can't remember what I did yesterday. So make sure that you drop the words waitlist into the comments or send me a DM, and I will send you the link so you can add your name to the waitlist. So you're already ready for our next conversation and connections. That will be in October. And we've got a lot planned for October because it is World Online Networking Month. So we are going to be doing a lot of really fun activities all month long, but our signature event will be the Conversations and Connections event that will be happening October the 16th. So for those of you that unfortunately weren't able to make it, or those that got in late, my apologies. I know sometimes technology can be weird. Like I told you, it's not been a great friend to me here lately, but clearly we need to get you into the next one. So don't worry, we'll get you in October. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you for being here. And for those watching on replay, I appreciate you watching on replay as well. And stay tuned. We've got a great article dropping tomorrow on our LinkedIn and Facebook page. I think this will be super helpful for you. So make sure you're getting the notifications from our Down and Dirty Networking Facebook and LinkedIn pages so that you're getting all of the great resources. And until then, and then remember, every Wednesday afternoon, I go live here for another episode of Network Know-How. And next week, we'll be going live with some more tips. If there's something specific that you would like to know about, DM me and let's take some audience polls and some audience feedback. And so we'll get that in and I'll answer your questions here live. All right. Thanks so much. And until next week, happy networking.